name is V.N.N, and thank you for joining me today on V.N.N's list. Today we're just doing some V.N.N updates hot off of my news desk. This is real news. Yeah, it is. Our first story of today, we have JayZ making big news with his major investment in the Perch app. This is a fairly new app that's just been out since 2019, and sorry, they're tripping on my work computer. Anyway, yes, this company has been it was founded in 2019. The purpose of Perch is to allow people with low incomes and bad credit scores to build credit and report by being able to report their monthly spending habits. You would be able to report things like your Netflix and Hulu subscriptions as on-time payments. So, well, you know that this is probably something I am going to end up looking into sometime soon. But yeah, let's move on. Okay, like, I totally understand why people would probably think this is not an important story, but it's important to me, so I'm reporting on it. The monarch butterfly population is nearly going extinct. I personally love butterflies, especially monarch butterflies, because you know, they're just beautiful and they don't bother nobody. Like, they're not pests, they don't do nothing. They're just lovely, beautiful creatures that just want to be pretty and do their own thing and eat good. And same. So yes, but some things you can do to help. Obviously, if you see a butterfly, don't touch them and bother them and harass them in any way. But also by planting milkweed, make sure it's not tropical milkweed, because that is I believe they said evergreen, and so it will cause them not to migrate when they're supposed to. So just try any other version of milkweed. It's a superfood for them. And yeah, moving on to the next story. So yes, in other news, Stevie Wonder is moving to Ghana. So if anybody has kind of been paying attention to the world and what's going on right now, you would know Ghana has opened up their borders to people from throughout the diaspora to come on back to Africa and get Ghanaian citizenship with for free, with no hassle. They just want us to come home. And even if you can't exactly tie your lineage and say that this is where the slave trade took you from and brought you to where you are now. It doesn't matter. If you are black, they are with that. And so amazing. But Stevie Wonder has decided to take them up on their offer and move to Ghana permanently. When asked by Oprah why he made that decision, he was quoted as saying, and let me give you the exact quote, because he said what he meant and he meant what he said. He said, "I am moving because I don't want to see my children's children have to say, oh, please like me, please respect me, please know that I am important, please value me." What kind of life is that? So clearly Stevie Wonder said he's not with the you know, he's spent years being an activist and speaking on the behalf of the black community in America, and I think he's fed up. So he just said, I'm just gonna go where I'm wanted, and that's that on that. Moving on to the next story. Okay, so this little piece of news is for NC parents only. If you missed out on the first round of the $335 NC Child Tax Credit Grant, which quite a few people did, either from not knowing it, not filling out the paperwork because they didn't know about it, or from a tax error with certain tax companies created for this state, which is one of them being TurboTax, which caused you not to be eligible because they filled out some of your tax information statewide wrong. Yeah, check your stuff. But yeah, Turbo, H&R Block, a lot of them online tax services had a problem with Question 10A. It made parents in North Carolina that did have dependents and received money for those dependents seem like they did not have dependents when it came to the state form. So you may want to double check that information for yourself. But yes, they will be opening up registration for that grant again for the people who again did not make it or did not get it, not because of basically anything they did. Either they didn't hear about it in time, so they didn't have a chance to fill out the paperwork, or they were told not to fill out the paperwork because they had filed recent taxes and then due to a tax company error were disqualified from getting it the first time. Your time to shine is coming back up. The website where you're going to want to do that in is at ncdor.gov. As of now, the application is not active yet, but it's expected to be active sometime within the next week. So last but not least, I just wanted to give you a stimulus check update. If you're watching the news, then you already know, but if you didn't, then that's why you're here. So the stimulus bill is being voted on right now in the House. Today it's being voted on in the House. Perhaps by the time I finally get this video edited and put out, it'll be out already, which will make me so upset. But entirely possible. If everything gets passed today, this will keep the Democratic Party on their schedule because they were attempting to get this bill through the House and the Senate by March 14th, which would give them, which would then be on the president's desk for signing, which would mean that the average American who qualified for this and had direct deposit would have their next stimulus check, and that is again the stimulus check of $1,400 per person and also $1,400 for dependents. Okay. Yes, and the timeline of this is by the end of March. They want everything to be done. If this bill passes today as it's supposed to, this will be another milestone in the way on the path of them getting it done. And just on another note about the stimulus, we all know that number, 1.9 trillion. Here are just some things that are in the bill in case you didn't know. Of course, the $1,400 stimulus checks per person. $400 per week unemployment insurance. They want to extend it all the way out into August 29th of 2021. There are about $70 billion in that money for COVID vaccines and testing. $350 billion for state and local government relief. This is for like your rental assistance and things of that nature. The $3,600 per child tax grant that we talked about in my last stimulus video, and about $170 billion in aids to schools for the reopening process, making sure they have the correct PPE and be able to have the spacing that they need, sanitizing equipment, everything in order to open up the schools safely. And this is also from K through 12, also onto the collegiate level in some cases. So yeah, that is the V.N.N news report for today. If there was anything you wanted me to speak more about or anything specifically you want to hear about, as always, the comment section is your space. It is your suggestion box. So definitely go in there and let me have it. If you didn't like it, if you loved it, let me know, because the algorithm is not going to pick me up if I don't get any type of engagement from you guys. And so I would really appreciate it if you did. Thank you.